Welcome to the Multiply Yourself podcast with Adam Madison. Join the conversation at www.adammadison.com.
Hi, and welcome to the Multiply Yourself podcast, where we talk about all things virtual assistants, working with remote teams, and doing business online. My name's Adam, and you can find out more about what I talk about and what we do over at adammadison.com. But today in this episode, I wanted to talk about a simple topic and share with you the 4 common tasks that I use when working with a virtual assistant. This was a question that I was just recently asked, and I thought it'd be a good topic to share, because a lot of people often wonder, what can I get a virtual assistant to do for me? And for me, it's always been about finding the things that I wish I could do or wish I had more time to do, and using a virtual assistant to either do those things for me or play a part in the process so that I can get them done. So the first common task that I use when working with a virtual assistant is audio transcription. And this is a great one for me. A lot of my work online, a lot of my business, the things that I do requires me to create a lot of content. And so sitting down at a computer and allocating time to simply write and author content was taking up a big chunk of my day. So what I determined was that I was going to use my downtime. And for me, that is often driving. So I use a virtual assistant to transcribe audio recordings that I take when I'm driving into documents for me. And most of these will end up as blog posts. So I simply write myself a short outline on a note or a piece of paper. When I'm driving, I use my phone and record that. I have an app that automatically uploads it to a shared folder on my Dropbox, where my virtual assistant grabs that file, transcribes it into a text document, fully formatted, ready to publish, and sends it back to me. I simply have a quick read over it, and away we go. So that's the number one thing that I can recommend if you are someone who creates a lot of content online or for anything that requires you to write something, is to record the audio and have it transcribed for you. Number 2, data entry and collection. Now, I often find that a task comes across my plate or into my team or something that I need to do that requires a bit of a data collection or something that is repetitive, and of course is something that can be trained. So this is something that I will use my virtual assistant to do if it's a repetitive task or something that's going to take a bit of time. And I find it a really quick process to provide some training either through a document or a video, such as a screencast, and have her work on that for me. And she does a great job. She's very fast and very accurate. So data entry and collection is another great task that we can outsource to virtual assistants. Number 3, social network management. Now, I know there are plenty of automation tools for things like Twitter and Facebook and even Instagram now to automate the processes of following people and even being a part of conversations, but I've always found them to be a little bit robotic. So something that I am developing with my virtual assistant now is a process for managing social networks. And so this puts a real human responding and actioning requests through social networks such as Twitter conversations without me having to personally always be looking to do it, and without that automation and that robotic feel that can sometimes happen. Number 4, content distribution. And this kind of relates to my first point of audio transcription, but once I have created my content, I use my wonderful virtual assistant to help me distribute that through all the channels, to upload it to YouTube for me, to post it to social networks, to add some links on Facebook, and even to create the images and the necessary links and post it to my WordPress blog. And I find that a great time saver and allows me to stay focused on the things that I need to do and outsource the rest of those tasks. So they're my top 4 common tasks when I work with a virtual assistant, and they are audio transcription, data entry and collection, social network management, and content distribution. And if you have any others, if there's anything that you use personally that works really well, come and join the conversation at adammadison.com and let the rest of the community know what your favorite tasks are for outsourcing to a virtual assistant.
Thank you for listening. Subscribe for more content at www.adammadison.com.